Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm joining in the open collab, which is Tea Tuesday. Our hostesses are Kathy from Kathy's Favorite Things and Patty from Life with Patty. And as you know, this is an extremely successful open collab, and you can come on. You don't have to drink tea. You can drink anything else. Some people, as myself, don't drink tea anymore because of health issues. And but what I have with me today is some almond milk that has a little chocolate syrup in it. And it is delicious. Okay, now what I have today, you can come on and talk about anything. You can talk about the weather, you can talk about receiving mail, you can talk about the project you're working on, just anything at all. And today, especially since it's tea themed, I'm inviting y'all to a little giveaway, and it has to do with everything that you see right here. Yesterday I spent quite some time on my little sidekick, my little small die cut machine, and so this is what I did for the giveaway. And nothing, as you see, nothing is down permanently, so that the winner can mix and match or put this there or add whatever they want. Let's say they don't have this particular die set, so they're like, well, I'm not going to use that, but I could put this here, or I have something in my stash that I can put there, this type of thing. And if you wanted to change up the papers, you can actually use the die cuts here as templates and make your own. So I'm going to talk about that first, and we can then talk about other things later. You need to be 18 or older. You need to be a subscriber to this channel. This is not for the US only this time, because it's going to be light, it's going to be extra postage, but it's not going to be like my other stuff. So you also have to put in the comments below, you have to tell me which one is your favorite teacup. You can say the dark pink one, the white one with the little pink roses, the peachy pink one with the full design, you know what I mean, the pink and gold one, which is my Deb Hendricks. And whenever I see pink and gold together, I always call it my Deb Hendricks, whatever I've made. The lavender one, you know what I mean, the white one with the touches of green, the turquoise one, what have you. That has to be done. My husband is the one that picks the winner, and so I don't have a set date for him to pick the winner, but it won't be too far into the future, because I know a lot of people love tea-themed things, but usually those people who love tea-themed projects usually have a lot of the die sets already. The one that I'm using for the card, let me grab this, is this one. I got out my alcohol markers and did these two green on either side of the green oval. The reason you see them like this, the reason they are cut like this and like this, is you can stack them. And that's the reason I did so many, is because I thought, well, you could stack 3 and 3 and 2, or do a single and a single, and then 3 and 3, or what have you, however you want to do them. I personally did not have intentions of stacking them, although that would make an adorable slimline card. I think these would be precious on tags and cards and, well, in your journal, even a journal cover that's tea themed. How precious would that be? Anyway, fussy cutting on either side here and here. Here comes the steam out of the, it's a nice hot cup of tea. And then for my tags, the reason I did them all white except for this one, I thought somebody might want this. And yes, I went ahead and inked the bottom because you know how your tea bag gets a little more stained at the bottom. Well, that's why I did that. But I went over this one with Distress ink and tea dye, you know? So that's going to be on the cover of the card that has these on them. Now, everybody gets the steam, okay? All the cups get those, but they get different. Like I said, you can do your own thing on them, and they get different. Or you can do these two. I did different bottoms, or a whole different theme, where you can actually use them with others. You've got, hopefully this is showing up. Yeah, you've got these leaves. You've got these leaves, you've got these leaves. So you've got all of those. And let's say you wanted to mix up this one, like keep the blue cup, but then maybe this, see the little blue, tiny little blue flowers with the pink roses? Maybe that saucer, this, you know, at the top, this saucer. I fussy cut this out in case you wanted to go there in the center, or there's a little tiny little punch of a circle center where you could do the Distress ink around it in blue. However you want to do it. This one, the same thing. We do have little die cuts of flowers too that came with the set. Fussy cut this one out in case you want to go that route. Oops, just that dark pink and this. Or if you want to go this. Oh yeah, this one went at the bottom of the other one. This and this. You know what I mean? If you want to go that route, you can also do that. So there's some options that are going to be with the giveaway, but something tells me that the best options are going to be what you or what the winner comes up with to decorate. There are a few butterflies with the lavender one. Now this one, lavender and purple, I thought at this time of year, the winner will probably put a little ghosty coming out of it instead of the steam, and maybe a little bats or something hanging upside down. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not doing Halloween this year, but I thought to myself, oh, that could be fun at this time of year. Let's see, anything else I wanted to say about this? I think that's it. So, and all of that before I even said, how y'all doing? Now, my mama taught me better than that. How y'all doing? I should have said that right away. So that sometimes if y'all have time, I know everybody's busy, myself included, but if you had time to just, you know, write and say, I'm doing good. And also, what have y'all got a project going on, or are you just too busy right now to do that? If y'all are like us, I have projects to do on the house, and I'm not talking about house cleaning or anything. I'm talking about you getting out shop vac and your sander and all this kind of stuff. And while I was doing that, it was just, the craft room was driving me cuckoo crazy. I'm serious. It was just, because I don't just do paper crafts, but I also make gnomes, and I also do the fake bakes. And when you take on a new crafting projects, oh boy, new crafting projects, when you take them on, as you don't just get like one item and then that's how you create it. You acquire quite a few things in order to make the new projects. So the craft room is, if you've seen my tour, which I did several years ago, I don't know how many years ago, but it's small. I'm very thankful for it. Very, very thankful, because seriously, all kidding aside, when I was doing my fine arts and everything, I was literally drawing on my bed or my mattress that was on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm very, very grateful for this small room. But I have always considered this room, even though you can get a nightstand and a dresser and a twin bed in it, because we've done that. At the same time, I've always considered it the nursery. Do you all have a room that either in somebody else's house or in your own that you always thought, ooh, that's a great nursery? Well, it was just getting a little too. So I actually moved 2 sets of shelves out in the hallway. We're in an older home, so the hallway isn't narrow. Where I can do that and not feel bad about it. So that opened it up a little, and but it is still in chaos, because I'm going through literally every single thing I have in this craft room, and I mean everything, every bead, every piece of paper, everything. And what I'm not using, or what I think, why did I even get this? Let's be honest, most of the time it's because of clearance. I have issues. If something goes on clearance, I'm like, ooh, I need it. It's $1, or, $1, close to $1, or even less than $1. And then I'm like, ooh, I really need it. Well, I get it home, and then it sits in, on the shelves, in the little, what are they, storage bins on the shelves I found something that was 6 years old, y'all. 6 years old, and it was a tool. But I had never used it. I got it at a wonderful price. It was even on there. That's how I know it was 6 years old. It was like maybe even less than a third of the price. And I was like, I guess that's why I told myself I had to have it. Never, ever used it. So it's like, why? What? I had planned on it at one time, but then, to be honest, what I'd use it for, I never did. So I was like, I need to donate this so somebody else can have a brand new one and use it and use it and use it and be super happy to get it for even less than a third of the price. They're going to get it a whole lot less. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm learning that I'll be honest with you, there's paper-wise, there are certain papers that were darling, but they don't inspire me anymore. So quite a bit of paper went, quite a bit of fabric went, quite a bit of even ribbon, y'all. I know, you know how I have such a weakness for ribbon, especially on clearance. That went because I feel bad. I feel bad when I have something and I'm not using it. I'm like, why? And, I'm giving my loved ones money for my birthday and money for Christmas, that type of thing. And then, I save it up. And then especially when Hobby Lobby, oh, y'all know how I am. When they have their 75, when those little orange stickers come up, I'm like, 75% clearance. Sometimes it's even more. I'm like, oh, I'm there. And then I overdo. Now, a lot of it, as you all know, goes to giveaways, but I'm on a price freeze right now. I'm telling myself what you have donated and what you seeing in the craft room, you don't get to buy anything for quite some time. I don't know how long it's going to last, but no means no. Now, on projects, you're going to see some things where you're going to say, well, I saw that paper 5 years ago. Yes, but to me, if pretty paper is pretty paper. I don't care how old it is. I don't care if it's not popular anymore or anything like that. That's never been me. That's not who I am. I think for like a year in high school, I was like, oh, I want to wear that because it's the fad or something. But I think I told y'all too, money-wise, there wasn't tons of money to get stuff that was popular. So Mom would take me several towns over, not in our town, but several towns over. And we'd go to the shops and we would look at the skirts and we would look at the tops and we would look at the bathing suits and the cover-ups and then go home and make them. And of course there were some people who looked down on me because it's like, oh, that's not store-bought, because I mean everybody here right now loves handmade things like myself. I think they're better than. That's my own opinion. Not just because I do them. I thought that even when I was a youngster. And because I come from a very creative family. Everybody's into something, whether it is knitting and needlework or flower designing or music, or I mean the whole bunch. The whole crew, not just the one I was born in, but go back and go back and go back. And so to me, something created by hands is better than. But Mama made me, we saw this bathing suit. And Mama said, I was just like, oh, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And she was like, okay, well, and remember in those days, I guess it's kind of like the start of bikinis and stuff like that. So Mom was like, she was like, hon, I don't know if we're going to go that low with it, but we could show your navel, okay? But that's it, which I thought was precious. I was like, that's fine by me. I love to swim. So hardly anybody saw the suit because I was in the water 99% of the time until they made me get out. You know what I mean? When they blow that whistle and say, now, adults only, it's like, no! But anyway, so what she made, you all would have loved it. I can still see it. And this is when I'm around 16-ish. I'm 68 right now. So, oh my goodness, y'all, it was the cutest thing you ever saw. What she did in order to get it wasn't a pattern for it. There wasn't a pattern for it. And that's the cool thing about my mom and my paternal grandmother. They can make it like this I got on right now, this blouse. Oh, and it's got ruffles all over the front of it and everything. My grandmother on my dad's side could make this by looking at it. Seriously, because she's done it and I saw it. If you ever said, oh my goodness, that's the prettiest thing I ever saw. Well, I saw it in the window and I came home and made it. I was like, okay. I need a pattern personally. So Mama was like, okay, what are we going to do here? You want the top a certain way. So she took one of my Brazils and she was like, okay, all right. And I was tiny. I've never been skinny in my life. I was thin and I'm pear-shaped. So, you know what I'm saying? So, that was a small piece she had to come up with. So what she ended up doing is the pattern was from the bra. Y'all, it was white cotton with teeny tiny pink strawberries on it with the little green leaves. And so, oh my goodness, she trimmed it with a, oh, hoot doodly doot. It's when you take bias tape and there's a little, like, cording in the top of it. I guess is it cording around it, I guess, in the pink. And then, if that makes sense, let's say here's the Brazil. So she takes the cording and goes like this, and underneath that cording, she has white eyelet with a scalloped edge. Oh, my stars, my goddess. It was darling. So when it came to the bottoms, I thought, okay, this is going to be interesting. She's not going to let me have a bikini, but she's going to let me show my belly button. So I was like, So what she did, and again, no pattern. So she takes my panties and she goes, okay. I just said undergarments. Excuse me. She takes my undergarments and she got the measurements from that. And then she went down a little ways, and so it actually had a skirt to it. Okay, so it has this skirt that comes like this, and then it goes up in the back and ties almost, a tie like top over bottom like this. And again, the cording went around, that pink cording went around the skirt, and the eyelet, scalloped eyelet, went at the base of the skirt. Oh, it was adorable. And yes, I had a cover up to match. Now, like I said, so many times, if you wear something handmade, this is in high school, others are like, oh. You'll always have the darling people that say, oh, that's cute. So you can say, my mom made it. And instead of them going, ew, they go, oh, that's cool. They're always there. But the majority in my small town was like, So when I went to the pool in that outfit, though, and I think she got me pink flip-flops. I'm pretty sure pink flip-flops. And so when I went to the pool in that, I did get a few I'll be honest with you, the little wrinkled noses, you know what I'm saying? But the majority of, especially the ladies, not the teenagers, but especially their moms or aunts or whatever, said, oh, that is adorable. Where did you get that? And the thing is, I would just beam like sunshine coming off my smile, saying, my mama did it. My mama made this. And the one thing they would almost always say is, that's why it's unique. And I thought, instead of thinking, oh, are they making... No, I knew that they got it. They got it. And of course, there are some who would say, come over here. And of course, they, especially on the little cover-up, they'd feel it because it's such a pretty... It was really pretty. And she'd say... I thought it was pretty instead of cute. And they'd say, some of them would say, has she thought of making other people one? And I said, no, Mom just does it for us. But I did have a few that say, like, oh, not this one, but maybe she could, make something for me that was just mine. No one else had anything like it. And I think that's why it made me feel so special, not just because my mother took the time, because I watched her take all that time and effort and everything to get it just right. And it fit, of course, it fit me like a glove. And I watched her do that. So that appreciation, that doesn't go away. I don't care how old you get, you realize, whoa. Mom spent so much time and love in this, making something for me, just for me, that nobody else has. And that, how I love to reminisce. And some of y'all, God bless your sweet souls, have heard certain stories over and over, but I don't know if you've heard the one about the swimsuit. It has nothing to do with tea. It's the absolutely nothing to do with tea. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I think especially because of these precious designs, these little teeny designs on the papers and stuff. I think that reminded me of my little tiny strawberries on my special swimsuit attire. And I want to thank you all for joining me today. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.